There were 5 major landmasses indicated along with a number of smaller features. The largest continent straddled the equatorial region, and therefore made the most logical place for a landfall. During the next rotation of Hope, he directed the sensors for a more detailed look at that continent, trying to find out as much information as he could before he had to land. Ideally, he'd like to find a large, flat, grassy plain or a scrub desert to put down on. Though Calypso could land on virtually any terrain, there was always the possibility of the unexpected, and re-entry was never a routine task, especially if the planet was undergoing a period of volcanic activity. With everything else now in order, Gaia decided that he should run some medical tests on himself. The carbon dioxide levels and the warp bubble may both have caused some detrimental effects on his body. Gaia could treat most body imbalances, and thankfully, due to its isolation, Mars had been free from the ravages of diseases that had been prevalent on Earth, according to the historic reports. Gaia, of course, had been provided with a substantial array of medical equipment, since he'd have to treat himself if he ever became injured. Then, Hope may also have any number of threats from microscopic organisms to stinging insects, all of which might prove lethal to a body unprepared for the new environment. Medical checks showed that he'd suffered some of the effects of carbon dioxide poisoning. These were minor and fading slowly. There seemed to be no adverse effects from the warp bubble. It did appear his blood pressure was slightly raised. This just could be related to his lack of sleep. Sleep. Now what was he to do about that? The initial plan had been to go the entire 4 days without sleep, till achieving orbit, then to sleep, and later try to land Calypso. Under normal circumstances, his body was capable of maintaining wakefulness for this period, but it would not be operating at maximum efficiency at the end of that time. Now, with the carbon dioxide levels in his system, and the possible need to land Calypso earlier than originally planned, it might be advantageous to have a short sleep now, rather than landing Calypso whilst tired. Main issue, however, whether running the risk of Augear without a pilot at the helm would be worth it. Certainly this region of the system seemed to be clear of all floating debris. That wasn't a complete guarantee against a small pocket of something lurking out there which might remain undetected at the moment. Then there was the issue of the shipboard malfunction. However, he'd run all the tests he could, and malfunction could strike at any time, when he was sleeping or otherwise distracted. Having identified all the issues involved, Gaia swiftly calculated the odds on each course of action, and came to the conclusion that a short sleep now was the most preferred option. And having made up his mind, Gaia immediately placed himself in a meditative state to try to minimize the effects of deceleration, felt himself drift off to sleep.